where I was, but the alkaline water, this that has this negative charge on it, is absolutely required to change that negative charge in your body, because your cells are negatively charged, but when you're sick, not negatively charged enough, so they can't heal. And so we need to flood the body with those negative OH ions, split the water molecule, and that's what you get. And you also get the high alkalinity. Healing is voltage. Healing is pH. Voltage is pH. You can equate all of these, and I talk more about it in the book. But we used to, when we get a cold or sick, we drink a lot of green tea, and we take vitamin C, those things that have a slight negative charge on them, because they're good for us. They're antioxidants. And they run at minus 80 to minus 100 millivolts. But what if we can get water that runs minus 350 to minus 900 millivolts? So folks, there's real science behind this. We're flooding our body with what it needs to heal, and with this acidic body, if we have cancer or some other disease, we're turning it back into an alkaline body. And that's a healthy body. We're born alkaline. When we die, we're acid. Walk into an old folks home. Gee, I'm an old folk now. So, walk into a home, a critical care home where people are sick. And that doesn't mean we throw them away. We still love them, because they're our parents too. And at my age, maybe even my brothers and sisters, who knows? But at the same time, we understand what the acidification of the human body does. It decays, it becomes inflamed, and it starts to break down. It's home to all pathogens and viruses of all kinds, and funguses and parasites. And that equates to sickness. So we need to get it back to alkaline. That's what this water does. So while the water itself doesn't heal anything, it brings the inner terrain back into an alkaline state, which helps the immune system, which helps the epigenetics of the body. And those equate to healing. Those are the only things that heal. The immune system, with help from the epigenetic system in the body.
Awesome, awesome. So Kangen water by Enagic, and it's a more than a infiltration machine, really powerful, as you said. So you're going to drink the Kangen water. So tell me, how much water is too much, or not enough?
Well, that's the thing. If you take drugs and the doctor prescribes 200 milligrams, that's what you take. You don't take more, you don't take less. And yet when we find something in the natural world that is healing, like broccoli, like carrots, like all these good foods, we have a tendency to say, well, I'll have a bite of this or a bite of that. It doesn't work that way, folks. You can't really have too much good nutrition, but you can have too little. It's not like drugs, which don't heal anything. But we really need to, in my opinion, overwhelm our bodies with nutrition. So if I'm drinking this water, which I do every day, I want to make sure I'm getting enough to make a difference. I talk to cancer patients who are drinking Kangen water, and they'll make excuses. They'll say, well, I had a glass of that yesterday. That's not the point of this water. For me, I'm 6 feet tall and weigh about 190 pounds. I would be drinking in excess of 1 gallon of this water per day. I would be overwhelming my body throughout the entire day with this water, because I know that I'm flooding my body with these antioxidants and this negative charge, and I'm alkalinizing my body, and I'm hydrating my body all day long. So I would get plenty. And it's one of the problems that people struggle with, getting enough. You can get too little, you probably can't get too much. Don't drink 5 gallons of water in 15 minutes. You could die and wash all the electrolytes out of your body. But no one rationally is going to do this unless they're part of a contest or something, which I do not recommend. But other than that, you really can't get too much. So concentrate on the things that will really make a difference in this cancer walk or sickness and disease walk that you're going through, and dwell on those and get plenty of them, because it makes a big difference.
I love it. Most people has just come to stay with me. She was so afraid of drinking too much water, but she's noticing, that the more water she drinks, the more she desires. And again, our body knows what it needs, and it will start to tell you what you need by, being thirsty and wanting that and craving that water and craving those fruits and vegetables.
Well, you were spot on a minute ago, Tracy, when you said that once we start a new protocol like this, you go to eat a lot of vegetables and you go to eat organic foods. Yes, it can be difficult for the first few days or for the first week, even for many people. But after that, it becomes easier and easier and easier till it becomes something that's rote, something within you that desires these things at that point, and they begin to taste good, and drinking a gallon of water a day becomes natural for you. Yes, for a while you're going to have to go to the bathroom more. That's how it works. Get used to it, doggone it. It's not that big of a deal. And so we have to do the things that are right. They're a little hard to begin with. Get over it and work on it, and you will be able to do it.
Absolutely. And again, we're talking about someone that's been diagnosed with cancer. And if you think drinking this water and eating the right foods is hard, try chemo, right?
Oh, gee, yeah. And keep in mind that the doctors will let you eat and drink anything you want, because they either truly believe that it makes no difference, or just maybe you're meant to be sick. You're meant to have symptoms and be treated with drugs for the rest of your life. I hope that doctors aren't doing that. I sincerely do. I think that they're not trained well enough in the things that actually work. So I'm not hanging this on doctors at all, because as we know, there's some great doctors out there, and some of them are my friends. And so we just need to think about that as well.
Absolutely. So we've talked about the right food. Now we're going to drink the right water and enough of it. And now chapter 7 of your book, Killing Cancer, Not People, you actually the title of that chapter is The World's Best Supplementation, Period. Now we know that we cannot mention the name